Good morning. Today is December 13th, 2016. My name is Susan Gerhard, and I welcome you to Village in Motion. I'm here today with our executive chef, Michael Ritt. Good morning, Michael.
Good morning. Good morning.
And Michael has a guest with him today.
We have Helen Chung, who's one of our dietitians, one of the 3 dietitians here at Green Spring, and thought it'd be nice to have her join us today. Just talk about the holidays, healthy eating for the holidays, and also I think we're going to talk about how you can help your immune system or how to prevent colds and what you can eat during the holidays. And if anybody has any questions for Helen, now's the time to call in.
Today is a call-in show, and let us give you the phone number to call today. Our number today is 703-663-3333. So if you have questions for us, please call in. We have a half an hour here today, and we'll be happy to answer your questions. Meanwhile, we have some other news. Let's start with what's happening this Saturday.
This Saturday, we're going to be closing early, and we do have a flyer that's been going out, and we're closing early because we have our adult staff party, and it's going to give a chance for everybody to get out at a reasonable time so that they can make it over to the party and enjoy the festivities.
I think that's a well-deserved party.
We are going to, the Potomac Cafe is going to be going from 3 p.m. to 5:30, dine-in and carry-out. The fireside is from 3 p.m. to 5:30, table service, dine-in only. Woodland Skies, dine-in from 3 to 5:30, table service. Walk-up carry-out is from 3 to 5. Jefferson is dining from 3 to 5:30, and the walk-up carry-out is from 3 to 5. And the bistro will be closing at 5:30. We do have a flyer that has been hanging up, and on the information right now is up on the screen, that we have been doing a flyer and a scroll on the screen. Again, if anybody has any questions, please call. You can call the dining admin office at 604-4200.
So 2 important aspects to this. One is the change in time.
Absolutely.
And the other is the change in carryout in some of the venues.
Correct. And we will be suspending, and I think it mentions it on there, signature menu for that evening, and we'll be running a special menu. Yes, signature menu items will be suspended in all dining rooms. Special menu will be offered. We'll be putting information up on that special menu. And the important things are about the carryout.
Yes.
And then the hours.
Yes.
So that all the residents understand. And it's one of those things that we do. We wanted to be fair to the staff, so everybody has that opportunity to enjoy their holiday party.
Well, I think that's terrific. That's going to have a good time at the holiday party, both
Absolutely.
of you. I think that's well deserved. Our staff puts in a huge number of overtime hours for us, and it's little enough for us to eat a little earlier and be just a teeny bit inconvenienced, but not much, in order to wish you all a happy holiday and enjoy that party for yourselves.
Absolutely.
Helen, while we're talking about party time, tell us here over the holidays how we can eat more healthily.
So I've come up with some holiday tips, and it really depends on what your goals are. If your goal is that you're watching your weight, don't want to overeat, or it could be you're watching your salt, or maybe even during this time of year we just don't have an appetite and we've just been not wanting to eat. So really, think about what your goals are, and when you're going to your holiday meal, take a good gander at the buffet table, at the dining table, and look at what your offerings are first. And before you start filling up that plate, think about, what do I want to focus on? Is it the portions? Is it the salt? Or do I just want to make sure that I'm eating something? And if you're looking to watch your weight, maybe you're going to look at the table and watch out for things that are covered in a lot of cream sauces, baked in a lot of cheese, maybe wrapped in bacon. But if you're watching your portions, a good idea is to start out with picking out some of the vegetables or the salads. Now, it doesn't matter how much vegetable or salad you pick if you're going to make a mountain of a plate, but really focus on how much you're putting on that plate. and then go to choosing that entree that might not be so covered in sauce or cheese.
If I have a particular health issue, if I'm diabetic, if I'm gluten sensitive, if I'm salt sensitive, this is not the time of year to ignore that.
Right, right.
I still need to look for the foods that are the healthy foods for me to eat, correct?
Exactly. And most cases, if you are someone that has to monitor those type of things, you're usually very knowledgeable about what type of things to watch out for. It's those hidden foods that sometimes you just might not know about, and it just takes a matter of asking some questions or just finding out what might have been put in those foods.
Right. Yeah, just ask the host or hostess.
Exactly,
Right. We have a telephone call. Caller, you're on the air. Tell us your
hi.
question.
Well, first of all, I'd like to say that Woodland Skies has greatly improved. But the change in the dining hours have made me get carry-out more nights than not. The carry-out folks are treated like second-class citizens, and when you get fruit in the dining room, if you're dining in Woodlands, it has blackberries in it, blueberries, sometimes kiwi. But carry-out has hard cantaloupe and honeydew. I don't want a beverage, so I get 2 soups. I would like to get fruit instead of dessert, but can't if I get a salad. If we had a dietitian there, she would approve the choice of fruit over dessert. I'm not a health nut, but I lost 30 pounds 13 years ago by making these choices here at Greenspring. We had choices then. Monday night, on the other hand, Jefferson allotted 1 egg-sized boiled potato to each carry-out order. The menu even said plural potatoes. Is this another corporate thing, or is it a Greenspring decision, and what's going on? Thank you if you could help.
So one of your questions is that you would prefer to have fruit as a dessert, one of the dessert choices. Is that correct?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
but you're told you can't if you have a salad,
Okay. So,
and that doesn't seem to make sense.
okay, we'll
Right,
pass that on. Michael?
That we can look into, and I can bring that up. Actually, we have our managers meeting pretty much following this call-in show, so that can be something to bring up. As far as the potatoes, it seems like a one-off that why they only gave her 1 potato.
I questioned it, and they said that's what they were told to put in the containers.
Just one. I'll look into that, and I apologize. That seems a little drastic.
It does.
So I will.
That's the other end of it. Yeah.
So I will definitely talk to Hunters Crossing, the chefs at Jefferson about that. But for the fruit, we'll bring that up at our meeting.
I think that was Woodland Skies, not Hunters
Well,
Crossing.
I think
the to-go was from Jefferson.
the Jefferson with the little potato was from
Right.
Jill. That was from Jefferson.
Okay,
The
and
one
I'll
little
look into
potato.
that. And as far as the fruit as a option, we'll discuss that at our meeting today.
Great. Thanks,
No
Michael.
problem.
I appreciate it.
Anytime.
Thank you for
Okay,
your
great.
call.
Thank you. Bye.
So, going back to healthy holiday eating, another group of people that you mentioned are those that maybe don't feel like eating. And I think at holiday times, if you're a little challenged as far as your appetite during the holiday season, maybe it's even more difficult. You know, you see maybe you're a little down and you don't feel like eating. How can we encourage ourselves to eat at holiday time?
Well, there's nothing more overwhelming than a pile of food on a plate when you're really not hungry. So, especially during these times when there's so many delectable type of dishes to choose from, even that can be still not that inviting. So, look around, survey the table just like, I recommended, and pick some of the things that you think you might be interested in, maybe even something that's new that you haven't tried, but choose a small portion, just even for a tasting, and so that you're comfortable with what's on your plate. That way you don't feel overwhelmed, and at least still trying some of the offerings at the meal.
Don't feel like you have to eat a mountain of food.
Right.
And sometimes especially if you're eating in someone else's home, maybe just tell yourself, well, I have to eat a little bit to be polite.
That's right. That's very nice.
And we have another telephone call. Caller, please tell us your question. Welcome.
At Monday's town hall meeting, Chandra said that Woodland Skies could have a new dishwasher. Is the new dishwasher on order now? If not, why not? And when will you be ordering it?
Okay, I guess that would be for me.
That's how we.
Actually, the whole process is not that, it's dishwasher sitting on the shelf, we order it and it gets put in. Obviously, being in Fairfax County, there's a lot of angles we have to go through. We are currently in the process, we have collected the quotes for the dishwashers. Actually, today we have a site visit from one of the companies to...
That's progress.
Yes, absolutely. We're moving forward. We've been given a green light. We have to get a site visit. It's not just like we're taking out a small piece of equipment. This is a major project but we are moving forward. As far as an ETA, a timeline, I can't give that because there's a lot of factors that are involved. Obviously, we've already gotten the quotes. We're going to go through those and pick one, but then we have to set up with the installation. If there's anything that we have to okay with Fairfax County, that has to be involved. So as far as a timeline, I can't give you, but I can tell you that the urgency for this project has been, stated, and we've been given the green light. Whatever it takes to get it put in there, we'll get it put in there. We'd like to have it as soon as possible. I just don't want to be held down to, we're going to have it in 2 weeks.
And it will have to be built to fit our space,
well,
correct?
Dishwashers aren't just sitting on the shelf where you can order one and they'll be here in 3 days. That's why we have the site visit today for measuring the site, and we're making great progress. We should probably finalize the quote. We're probably finalizing the quote this week, and then set up, the dates for the install and everything like that.
Okay.
So, but it is definitely, it's the priority with dining and general service. We're working together on that. So.
Excellent. Thank you, caller. Michael. I've been seeing this paper here around campus.
Yeah.
Bake sales. You'll notice I have some check marks on mine. Tell us a little more about this.
We did it for Thanksgiving, and the residents enjoyed it, so we decided to do one for the holidays. And in conjunction with our baker, we're doing a bake sale, and it goes through the 19th is the last day to put the order in, so we still have a few more days. And I think we picked out some really nice items. You can order from any one of the stores, and then your delivery will be set up where the store that you ordered from, you'll pick up your items. So we try to make it as easy as possible, and you walk in, you can take a lot of the store associates have told me that residents have taken the flyers home to look them over and see which ones that they want, and they'll come back and put their orders in, and then we'll put the order in for them, and we'll have it here for pickup. I think it's on the 23rd, we said, and we'll have it all ready for them.
The choices look wonderful.
Yeah, and they'll be all boxed up and ready to go.
So they'll be all boxed.
And I think most of those items are already pre-sliced.
Oh, that's good.
Except for the log roll.
The log. What is a Yule log? Is that a long thing like this?
Yeah, and it's sometimes it depends on. It could be a chocolate one. Sometimes we do like a red velvet, or with a little cream cheese icing in there. And basically, it's almost like a cake that they roll up. That's pretty much the best way to describe it.
Okay.
Is a cake rolled up. And it can have different icings in there. It could have, cream cheese icing. You could get a red velvet, a chocolate one, and they're really nice. You just slice them down, and I think we have 2 sizes there that you can get.
Yes, one serves 20 and one serves 40.
So if you're having a big party, but they're nice. I know my wife's family enjoys them. We always have them. So it's something different. If you don't want to get a cake or a pie, get one of those Yule logs, and I guarantee you'll enjoy it.
And that's interesting to know that some of these will be pre-sliced.
Well, most of them will be pre-sliced.
Oh, good.
Most of them, yeah.
So that'll make it a little harder.
Except for the Yule log, but
that'll be a little harder for me to pass it off with the fact that I actually made it.
I mean,
Darn.
well, you can take a little knife there and cover them up.
Okay.
Or you could say, listen, I sliced it to make it easy
That's
on
it,
everybody.
right? Okay.
Another thing that I want to announce is that I know a lot of residents have been asking for them, and we are setting our town halls for next month in January, and we'll send out the information. I think we're going to be doing, the first one would be Hunters Crossing, Jefferson, and the Bistro, but we will send out more communication for that, and I know a lot of residents wanted to have the individual town halls with the individual venues, and it's a great opportunity for communication between dining and the residents, and whatever comments, concerns, or questions they have, that they can bring it up on an individual basis with that venue, so That is.
So stay tuned for more information.
Yeah, it's definitely
on
in
those.
January. They'll
Good.
definitely be in January.
We look forward
I know
to
everybody
this.
wanted to know the winners of the chili cook-off. So for I call them the fan voting, that would be the resident voting.
Sure.
Overall, this is over all the chilies. Chef Priscilla, who's in Hunter's Crossing, was number 1. Chef Mark in Woodland Skies was number 2. And Chef Rabina and Fireside was number 3. And with the judges, for the vegetarian, it was Chef Suzanne and Chef Jackie in Garden Ridge. And for the meat version, it was it was the Jefferson, which is Chef Zanab Mama and Chef Delia and Priscilla. So, and we thank everybody who came out. I think everyone had a good time who came
Lots
out
of
to the
good
chili
food.
cook-off. And then one other thing I want to bring up, and this is, when we say, residents always say, oh, do you listen to us? Do you listen to us? Absolutely. And I think this is a great show. This is one opportunity that we took, and this is one of the items that we heard a lot of comments about, the filet. And of course, we went to, it was the same product, but we went to having a butcher cut it for us, and we heard a lot of complaints about the appearance and the size. So I did a little research, and we've talked to, we've addressed it with our corporate partners and our corporate chefs, and we've decided that we are going to go back to bringing the filet loin in-house, and we're going to be carving them in-house. So you should see that change starting about Saturday, Sunday, because we're going to bring the product in Friday. So give Friday and then we want to also move out the product that we have some portion items in here. What we're going to do is we're going to look at selecting the ones that we think are the right size, and we can utilize the smaller ones in other recipes, be it stir fries or items such as. But we are going to go back to carving, portioning the fillets in-house, so you should see a change in that around Saturday, and we're gonna portion it to the proper size. So I think that's one where the residents spoke, we heard, and we responded.
Thank you for listening.
No.
And before we went on camera, Michael was explaining to me the amount of research that he put into on this subject. So he's listening and he's taking action. And we have another caller. Caller, tell us your question, please. Welcome.
Yes, good morning. There's been a lack of comment cards available in Hunter's Crossing for several days. And apparently the order for the new cards is supposed to be coming, but who knows when. So it's been several days since we haven't been able to fill out comment cards. And the second is, Chef, yesterday in Hunter's Crossing at dinner, I don't know what on earth kind of turkey they served, but it was just awful. There were very tough pieces and pieces that you wondered if they belonged to a turkey, actually. So the turkey was just very disappointing and the worst I've ever tasted here. So that's my say for the day. So thank you for taking my call.
Thank you for communicating your concerns.
Well, I will definitely look into that with the turkey and the Jefferson. And as far as the comment cards, I'll see if we have some in the other venues that we can
There must be some
share
available to be
with
shared.
Jefferson.
If nothing else, some pieces of paper can be put on those tables.
Well, that's an easy fix. I'll look into the turkey, and I'll look at some comment cards from yesterday.
Good.
And see what that's the easiest way to.
There has to be a way to
We can look
allow
at the comment.
residents to
Yeah.
document their comments.
Absolutely.
Helen, let's go back to talking to you. I have to say that until the last couple of months, I didn't know that we even had dietitians on campus. And most of all, I didn't know that we have dietitians who are available to those of us in independent living.
Oh, most certainly. Actually, there are 3 dietitians on campus. Again, as I was introduced, I'm Helen Chung. I've been at Green Spring almost 7 years, and I've been a dietitian for about 20 years. And we also have Cindy Underwood. She's been at Green Spring for 13 years. And Erin Monaco, who's been with us just shy of a year. But what's great is that we each have at least 15 years of experience. So, lots of expertise. We have We're based out of Garden Ridge, and we spend the majority of our time there because of the long-term care and the rehab and the ALF residents. But we are available to all the residents of Green Spring. We've gotten requests for consults through the medical center, the rehab department, the social workers, and we've had residents call us directly, so we'll be happy to schedule.
So if I have a health-related dietary concern, can I contact you directly?
Oh, definitely.
So let's say, I'll use myself as an example, or my husband as an example. He was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, pre-diabetes, and had a little difficulty understanding what kinds of foods were good foods for him to eat or not so good foods for him to eat. Could you help him?
Oh, definitely.
And how would we contact you?
So you can either locate us in the directory. We also have something on the channel flashed up with our phone number, but also the medical center also has our numbers. The social workers, they can all find us.
Okay. And do you have educational materials available?
Yes, we usually have some materials that we'll print out and provide to the residents or the family members. We can email them, give them personally, and we'll set up an hour consultation.
Is there a cost involved?
There is. It is about $60 for a consultation. Consultations typically run about 1 hour, but that also includes follow-ups if needed.
Okay. Now, let's say that I had just a quick call. If I called up and said, Helen, I've been invited to an all-you-can-eat Sunday bar. Would that be a good thing for me to go to? And you just gave me a little advice over the phone and said, no, that might be a good event for you to observe rather than to actually eat a banana split. Would there be a cost involved for that?
Oh, definitely not.
Okay.
We'll be happy to entertain any questions, especially simple questions on the phone or through email. We can do that.
Okay. Okay, that's good. What else would you like to tell us about today? You see, it's going to be really, really, really cold tonight. And when it's really, really, really cold, people are sure that they're going to wake up with some kind of health issue tomorrow related to that cold.
Right. And especially in this time of the season, we want to make sure we're boosting up our immunity.
But while we're boosting up our immunity, let's hold that for 1 second because we have a telephone caller. Caller, tell us your question, please.
Woodlands Guys had a great Thanksgiving dinner with all the trimmings. However, we were restricted to only 2 sides, so we could not have all the trimmings. Will that be true for Christmas dinner also?
We'll definitely revisit that and talk about that. I totally understand what you're saying, but I'll definitely, Christmas dinner. We'll talk about that right after this meeting. After the show, we have our meeting.
Okay, any other questions, sir? I guess not. Okay. Okay, back to immunity.
Yes.
Let's fight off those cold germs.
Exactly. So as we age, our immune system is not quite as strong. So really want to take steps to make sure that our immune system has got good balance, good harmony. And some of the things that we can do to ensure that is also making sure that we get regular exercise. We have a wonderful fitness center here with a terrific staff. There's nowhere around Green Spring that you can't get through the indoor routes. And you want to make sure that you want to maintain a healthy weight. So if you're someone that might be a little bit overweight, maybe watch your portions. If you're underweight, maybe consider adding some healthy snacks in between to really get those extra calories in. But you also want to make sure you're eating a proper diet, a well-balanced diet. Choose foods that are high in antioxidants. You're going to find those in a lot of colorful fruits and vegetables, your berries, your grapes, your red peppers and dark green leafy vegetables. Choose a lot of whole grains, beans, have nuts as a snack, and really boost in those omega-3s with your fish.
Okay. That's good advice. Yeah.
I also suggest making sure that you get plenty of rest and sleep. And very important during this holiday season when we're spending a lot more time indoors and around a lot more people, make sure you wash your hands frequently so we don't spread those germs.
You know, one thing that I've kind of made it a habit for myself, and it may seem obsessive, but every time I come back into my apartment, the first thing I do is go to the kitchen sink and wash my hands thoroughly.
That's
just
good.
the idea that I've been out shaking hands, touching people, touching doorknobs, just to try to, not bring any more germs inside than I absolutely have to.
Right,
And I
right.
think that's a part of it.
It is. I mean, you're protecting you and your friends and your family.
Yeah, right. I don't want my cats to get sick.
No, definitely
Yes,
not.
right. Right. What else is coming up in dining services, Michael?
I think we have, tonight we're doing our evening with the chef, and that's with Chef Zanab Mama and Chef Suzanne. They're doing, a holiday around the world, and they have a great menu. It's sold out.
Terrific.
So that's going on tonight. And obviously we have Christmas coming up, so we'll have a special meal for that. And then we have New Year's Eve coming up, and we roll right into January.
It's a busy time.
It's a busy time. So, we're always looking at, obviously we're doing the birthday celebration. We bring the cakes out.
Oh, that's right. The cake's coming up. What, later this week?
I think.
Next week?
Is it this week? And today. And we offer the birthday cakes in the dining. It's for anybody celebrating a birthday in December, and that's something that we started last month. And you'll see it every month. We'll bring the birthday cakes.
And we want to thank you for that National Brownie Day last week.
Residents are like, the brownies are gone, and I'm like, that's because you all love brownies, And the one thing I say is,
some of us took a vote and would like to have National Brownie Day every month.
Day.
Well, yeah, every day would be good
nice,
too.
Right?
Yes.
The one thing I ask is, when we do offer this, remember that, it's for all the residents. So I know some people might want to take.
So you didn't want to take a bag and go like this? I didn't, I promise. I just had two.
But you'll see that we look up on the calendar special food holidays that we can bring in and the residents can enjoy.
And those are really fun. We
Yeah,
appreciate
we did the
it.
peanut butter cookies last month and
Yeah,
the brownies
those
this
were
month,
good.
and we'll see what's coming in
See
January.
what's happening in January.
Absolutely.
Well, we thank both of you for joining us today. It's been fun, and we hope we've learned a lot, and we thank you callers for joining us. And we have a couple of announcements to make here.